toaster oven dinner. Not to be confused with a freezer dinner. This is actually going to be good. So we're trying to keep it low on calories today. So gonna use half potato, broccoli, and salmon. We're gonna keep it simple, and while we're doing that, we're gonna use a blender and make a smoothie because it'll be sweet. So without further ado, let's get started. So I like putting a little paper towel underneath my cutting board, and that keeps it from going every way. See, it's not sliding anywhere. Alright, and I am going to need a spoon eventually, but that's a future problem. So I got this potato, it's a russet. Let's just use about half of that. Just for my curiosity, I want to know how much potato we're talking, just in case I want to figure out the calories later, depending on how precise I want to be. Oh, that's 6.4 ounces of potato. That's over a third of a pound, so I'll be good. But I'll provide some good calories, some good energy. See how much our fish is going to weigh on us. 4.3 ounces. Okay. Broccoli, the whole thing. 11.5 ounces. We won't use all that, but want to get really close on your measurements, use a scale. Let's just cut a little bit off of the potato so I can get it to lay flat. Then we're going to go horizontal cut here. Now, I don't want to be here all night slaving over this toaster oven here. So we're going to crank that up all the way that it goes. We're going to let that start to get a little bit hot. Except that's weird. I don't want that in there right now. We'll come back to that. Hey, what's going on, Fun Ski? Yeah. Now, the sharper the knife is, the safer you're going to be in the kitchen. Do a little bit of that crisscross action now. And the important part is to get your potatoes. I'm Val. Ha! Almost got me there, Val. But yeah, if you cut your potato into equal sized pieces, it'll take an equal amount of time for your pieces to cook. So I'm gonna go grab a little bowl to season them in. Potato. Oh, conveniently, I got this roadside bowl for that because I found it on the side of the road. Alright. Let's just go down, get the potato in a nice dice. No need to rush here. Nice potato. Let's make sure I can see all your comments. I don't want the filters to get any of y'all. Alright. So let's just finish dicing this potato up. This is the little ends. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, they're potatoes for God's sakes. And it's a weekday meal. It started, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. We'll see how long this meal starts take start to finish. Let's set a timer because, you know, why not? Alright, got the potatoes in there. Potatoes can take way more salt than you think, so give it a healthy dose of salt. I don't know, let's just give it some pepper. There we go. Maybe some garlic powder. And some chili powder. You know, you don't really need to reinvent the wheel on this. Or you could just use Lowry seasoning salt and it would work just as well, I promise. And then you need some sort of oil in there to make the potatoes fry right. It was a little bit more than I was intending on, but that's okay. So good. Good. This baby hasn't been fired up in quite some time, so he's ready to do some work. Now, potatoes look pretty good. Making sure I don't burn myself here. These toaster ovens are amazing, especially if you're only cooking for one person. They heat up so fast. And I'm not talking about this exact one, I'm just talking about in general. So we'll spread those out evenly so they all are going to cook about the same amount of time. We'll give it a little bit shaky. We'll come and check on them in a little bit. Now I kind of screwed up. I should have put parchment paper at the bottom there to catch the grease drip. I will probably go do that now. Hold on. This ain't rocket science. I just don't want to be smelling, you know, fish. That's mostly for the fish. I don't really care about the potatoes, but there's going to be fish later. So I'll put that in there, the splatter blocker. Alright, what's the next thing that I'm going to need to have ready? Yes. Let's see how long that takes. I'll probably take about 10 minutes or so, I'm guessing. Broccoli. I don't want to use all of this. Like, how much is that? Alright, 4 ounces of broccoli. That'll be enough broccoli. Broccoli's overrated. And I'm also going to have a serving of vegetables in with my smoothie, so that's plenty. So, but I am going to cut them in little smaller pieces, so that it cooks a lot faster. I mean, I guess some people are into the woody stem, but not really my style. So I'm gonna put them back in the potato season bowl. And guess what? I'll be just fine. I mean, the smaller you cut them, the quicker they'll cook. It's, you know, some sort of Einstein principle. Give it a couple cross cuts here. There we go. And then you can just roll it around in that same garlic powder, salt, seasoning. I'm gonna go get something a little bit acidic to put on them, maybe a little bit of vinegar. I'll be back. Just a little bit of vinegar to give it a little bit of acidity. Not much though, just a splash. And a little bit more salt. And a little bit more garlic. And a little bit more chili, you know. We don't want bland broccoli, do we? Because I'm cooking just for me tonight, so I can put as much seasoning on it as I want. And I will not be accused of being boring or a cooker of bland food. I refuse. Maybe an idiot. I'll accept that. Check on the potatoes. They've been in for about 3 minutes. They're cooking faster than I thought. We'll put the broccoli in another 3 minutes. In the meantime, keep your workspace clean as you go. Let's clear that up. I had some food cleaners out here. I did not, but that's alright. So I've got this salmon fillet. It's about 4 ounces. It's just a cheap freezer variety. 100 calories because they take everything good about it, including the skin, and they don't give that to you. I don't know if they use that to make dog food or what they do with it. But in my opinion, crispy salmon skin is a delicacy, and it helps keep the fish together and definitely makes it, in my opinion, see, this fillet sucks, it's falling apart, but you get what you pay for. So, but try to get it as dry as you can. See, it's already falling apart on me. Just like my social life. Well, that's okay. Let's dry that bad boy off. Find somewhere to season it. Kill me, tree huggers. I'm using a paper plate because there's going to be honey involved. You know what? Let's put that's the ugly side. We're going to put that down. Probably going to break it as I pull it off the rack anyways. Make a mess, and I'll be pissed because my dinner will effectively be ruined. But that's okay. A little bit of salt on the back side. Now let's give it that garlic. I want give it some of that chili love, maybe just lightly flavored. Because the salmon, it's got decent flavor as it is. Flip on the other side. Chili. Garlic. A little bit of salt. Now watch this magic. It's a little bit of honey on top there. This is a little bit of an experiment, so I have no idea if it's going to be good. Spread your honey first before seasoning it because the seasoning kind of gloops up a little bit, but it's fine. And hopefully that makes a nice glaze. We'll see how it works out. I think it'll be good. Alright, those potatoes are probably getting close, so it means I can go ahead and put my broccoli in. I really should get my get some better oven mitts, but yeah, these still have a little bit to go, but those will take a little bit, so it's okay. Get in there, soldier. Alright, now broccoli's in. Make sure you got a flipper or something to pull the fish out. Yeah, so that's going good. Got the potatoes, broccoli in the oven. Got my salmon seasoned here. Got a little bit of a slow spot, and I keep forgetting things in the kitchen. Like I need a spoon now. I'll be back. All right. Now, while we wait for all that mess to cook up, we can work on this bad boy. And yes, my blender is better than your blender. Greek, whole yogurt or whatever, 3/4 cups, 107 calories, perfect. So let's see here, 3/4 cups, that's all the way up there, so we don't need to do that. We're going to use a 1/2 cup. That's just fancy measuring. That's probably about 1/4. Yeah, 1/2 cup. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. What else do we got here? We got slowing 1/2 banana because I don't really like that flavor of banana that well, but I went for a run. I want the potassium, so in the blender the banana goes. Sure to keep an eye on what you got in the toaster oven here. What is some little potatoes and broccoli, and give it a little shake. They're doing just fine. Where was I on this? Oh yeah. I hate vegetables, especially kale. So that's why I'm using spinach, because I want to be big like Popeye. And I got made fun of yesterday for my small arms. So spinach goes in. banana and spinach by itself would suck. So of course we got some goodness here, and Freedom's Choice Finest frozen strawberries. Let's put about, ooh, that's a little too much. I don't want that much in there. About equal to the amount of your Greek yogurt. I mean, because you gotta remember, you got that half a banana in there, you got a Greek yogurt, you have that spinach, so that should be pretty good. I don't know, we'll see. It's still gonna be green and look disgusting, but I promise it'll taste good. Usually I would use milk to thin it out, but milk is really expensive in Hawaii, so we're just gonna put some water in there. I'm gonna put it on the blender. You know, always remember to put your lid on. Let's see, give the blender some juice. Start it on low speed. Accelerate. Obviously, if you wanted it more sweet, you could adjust it by adding sugar or honey or whatever. If you wanted to add floaties, you could add nuts. If you wanted it to taste worse, you could add more spinach or kale or whatever. But if you wanted it to be green, you just gotta keep adding green stuff, you know. Or use something like pineapple that has such a strong flavor and it's like yellow. But yeah, it's pinkish, dirty brown, but whatever, I don't care. I'm getting all sorts of vitamins or nutrients, and you're sitting at home on your eating your creatine or whatever. I'm having a smoothie. But, you know. Yeah. No, it doesn't seem like much is going on there, so I guess it's time to put my fish on. I'm worried it's gonna stick to the grill, so I'm just gonna do it live because it's cheap fish. Gotta think about the pull-out game ahead of time. You know, if you wait until in the moment, you've already lost that battle. And I don't know, this won't take long at all. Maybe 5 minutes. Potatoes will be done by then. Broccoli looks like it's starting to get burnt, so I better pull that out. Probably the potatoes are done, but remember, it's okay. Yeah, the potatoes look done. Remember, it's okay to have a... Actually, since there's nothing else in there, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'll let that bake. Or air fry or whatever. That's gonna cook fast. Yeah. Potatoes still have some crunch on them, so they're going back in. What's going on, JFK? Broccoli's on fire though, that's done. So, like I said, I haven't used the toaster oven in quite a while, but We're making a dinner out of it. A little mistimed that a little bit, but not too worried about it. Get back in there, soldier. By the time that fish is done, the potatoes will be perfect. So that's how I'm going to save that mess. What will help is if I spread them out a little bit so I can breathe. Yeah, well, potatoes, not my best effort tonight, but that's all right. What are you up to tonight, JFK? Other than rearranging Marilyn Monroe's insides. Yeah, to make sure that broccoli stays warm, I'm just going to put a paper plate over it. Cover it just like that while the other stuff cooks. Yep. And then between that half potato, that broccoli, glass of water, this green smoothie or whatever it is. Sorry, strawberry banana spinach smoothie. There you go. And that 4-ounce piece of fish, that'll be enough to get me through until lunch tomorrow, most likely. Sometimes I graze like a cattle. You can adjust the thickness of your smoothies just by how much liquid you put in. Yeah, I mean, this has been a pretty boring one, but I don't know, is it going in your port or is it going in my port? You know, that makes a big difference to me, JFK. It is better to give than to receive. Yes. You want to see what I'm doing? What do you think? Is this the type of wiener you were talking about, JFK? If so, stay away. She's very interested in what I'm doing up here. that salmon, but that's okay. I'm not too stressed about it. Pull it out in a couple minutes. Only a minute. I'm just waiting on those stupid potatoes. Alright, I think it's probably done. Let's go find some other mitts or the equivalent. Make some room. Don't need my spices. Blender top can go back on. Don't need my vinegar. That can go down there. So now everything in there is going to be hot, so fish is going to be a little bit more time sensitive, so let's pull that out first. Yeah, that's not done. But I'm hungry and I don't want to burn it. Actually, it's going to be close. It's really hard with these thin cuts of salmon. Yeah. I guess it's dripping some fat out, so it's probably good to go. Go ahead. Slide that back in. Give the potatoes a little poke. They're crisp on the outside, not mush on the inside. I think that should work. You could cook them longer, you could cook them less. That's just all personal preference at this point. But, you know, not look good enough for the picture, so whatever. Honestly, if you're making these little fried potatoes, it's worth it just to do them in a fry pan and do them right. They don't taste nearly as good baked, but I think you probably use less oil and all that stuff. Yeah. So let's see how we did here. Eating healthy might be underrated, overrated, I don't know. Yeah, main dish, salmon, lightly seasoned, with just a little bit of honey on top. I'm hoping it gives it a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of glaze. Didn't really turn out how I wanted it. Probably needed to put more honey on and stop opening the oven all the damn time. With the chili and garlic, when the honey mixing together, is kind of like a hard to describe, but it's a sweet heat with a little bit of garlic in there. That's good. Definitely would not want it with too much of either the garlic or honey though. Potatoes, probably need to spread them out a little bit so the air can get to them. And that's probably why they took forever to cook. Because these are a tad on the underdone side. I mean, I would like them to be a little bit softer on the middle, but can't have everything in life. Broccoli, I'd probably cook longer at lower temperature or do in a fry pan. or put them in the oven and bake them for like 20 minutes with olive oil and salt. But, it works. It's feeding me. Can't do the same thing every night. Well, that's promise though. I did the dinner in less than 30 minutes, so that was pretty good. Yeah. As I use the toaster oven more, I'll get better at it. I'm just sick and tired of waiting for the real oven to preheat all the time. No, I try to mix it up. I try my best not to eat something different each night for dinner. Like I'll re-eat leftovers, but I'll try to use them up for lunch, repurpose them. Like I make chicken, maybe if I make chicken thighs or whatever, maybe I'll break the chicken thighs down and use them in tacos or a burrito the next day, something like that. Try not to waste food. Uh, there are definitely some foods that I use more often than others. A lot of the time I will have some sort of frozen seafood in the freezer just because of how fast it thaws out. You can thaw out frozen shrimp or frozen salmon in minutes versus hours. Uh, so that's pretty cool. I keep potatoes on hand because they're cheap. They provide a lot of good energy for the calories. Yeah, they're not a low calorie option and they are carbs, but they keep you full. There's a reason people say meat and potatoes. And they stay good a while. So potatoes are usually on hand. You got your flour, your sugar, all your staples, butter, mayo. Usually carrots, onions. What else? I don't know. Canned tuna if I need it. Next month or two will, kind of restarting the 2,000 calorie diet here thing. So we'll see. Have to adjust a little bit. It takes some sort of sadistic streak to eat the same thing every night. Not a fan of that. That was good. Salmon was probably about 100 calories. The potato, the oil I put on it, probably about 150, maybe 200 at the high end. Broccoli, we'll call it with the fat, 30 or so. Smoothie, water was free, spinach was free. Half a banana is probably about 60 calories. Strawberry is about the same, 400 calories plus a yogurt. So the smoothie probably had more calories in it than the dinner, but probably came pretty close on 2,000 calories for the day. So I'm done eating. So thanks for joining, and hope you all have a great night. Ciao, ciao.